Day 65, nonconformity company. Back in the shed. You know why. Really good work session last night from about 6 till about 10:30, and I sorted I finalized the template for one website, which means I can copy and paste and tweak the content and the colors and stuff for all of the others. And I ended up with, there's still some ones that aren't launched, so I'm not sure of, but the ones that I'm sure of, I ended up with 24 websites in total, 24 pages, and two of those are nonconformitycompany.com and nonconformityuniversity.com. So there's 22 kind of projects, educations, modules, life upgrades that those two websites will connect to. And they're like two different front doors through to everything else that's going on. And on a side note, I've decided to ditch like the nonco site, nonco. I want to be known as nonconformity company, so there's no confusion for a few reasons. But yeah, I think the original domain, Nonconformity University, I love it because it's just stupidly long and there's not much competition on Google. There's a few other reasons, but Nonconformity Company, Nonconformity University, they will be the front doors through to all of these different websites. Now I'm thinking Nonconformity Company at the moment has got the tagline, keep evolving yourself. That's the message, to keep pushing forward, to keep moving forward. Otherwise, you're just going to get left behind. We're providing tools, education, inspiration for that. Plus the community, like-minded people. And yeah, putting all of that together, there's a lot of good stuff there for people to be like, oh yeah, maybe I need to learn a bit more or find out about this or start testing this out or start matching this with what I want to do in my passions or helping some people around me or improving my life. So yeah, that's the tagline. Then we've got three main options, three buttons on there, which are education, tools, and projects. So each one of those 22 businesses, kind of subdomains, sub-businesses, sub-brands, whatever you want to call them, will fit under one of those three categories: education, tools, projects. Like Nonco Automate is all about saving time and getting people to get into that, to learn and realize that time is about the only valuable resource, the most valuable resource we have. So that'll go under the education because you're learning about time and how important it is and how you can start outsourcing and automating, semi-automating things in your life to buy back time. The healthiest recipe in the world, state setting, I guess would come under tools, state setting, because it is a tool for your life. Nonco tools, Nonco AI tools, Nonco spreadsheets, all under tools. Projects, it's more the kind of more fun ones where I don't know where they're going yet, like the healthiest recipe in the world, like Nonco Book Club. Is that a tool? Is that education or a project? Some of them I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that all of those 22 can fit under those three categories on nonconformitycompany.com. On nonconformityuniversity.com, those 22 will also feature and be categorized, but in a different way and more on the educational side of things. We can make like some custom pathways and hopefully, well, and allow people to just pick and choose their own pathway of what they want to learn. So I'm not quite sure. I've got some buttons on there at the minute, syllabi, courses, and something else at the minute. But yeah, at least the templates there can evolve. A lot of them I'm really happy with the colors. I'm happy with the tagline, happy with the options on the buttons. Some of them I'm not sure, but I've got something there. So again, I can sit on it and then come back to it. But I've really moved forward. I'm ready to round this first round of businesses off. 22, it's quite a few, but some of them aren't, they're not full on businesses, but I'm showing you how you can begin to get projects off the ground. And Nonco Pizza, I'd say, is a project, isn't it? Because that's just a fun one. I suppose it's education though as well, because I'm going to teach how to make good pizza. Yeah, so we're still thinking of this, but I'm really happy with how they're going and how they're looking and how it's all taking shape. But it's taken quite a few days, 2 months, 65 days, Ron, to kind of get to this real point. And probably, I don't know, me, if I was looking at the videos, I'd probably notice a change in my energy now, a sure kind of, surety, is that even a word? I make up words a lot of the time. It's a little habit of mine. But yeah, we're at a nice point. I think I said yesterday, I feel like it's time to kind of close the door to any new ideas. I've got a specific list for all of the new ideas that drop into my head and mind, or all of the ways to evolve things in the Life Master system. And it just works great because it's like the brain. Anything you're building, like I'm writing some stand-up comedy at the minute. So I've got in evolution, in experiences, or and then stand-up comedy. Like the departments that we have: health, work, people, evolution, and finances. They're the top 5, and then the subcategories we've got 4 in each. You can change those, and then the subcategories of those. Like, so I want to write stand-up comedy, so I've got a place for that in the Life Master system. So yesterday I had an idea. I'm writing some comedy about smart technology and how it's getting a bit too smart. All these people got locked out of the smart fridges recently because of a cyber pandemic or something. But anyway, I'm turning this into a comedy. I'm stretching myself. I want to do things that scare me. I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy. So I've got a place for that. So if the thought comes in when I'm sitting down doing nothing, which I love to do most of the time, then I can just open up, put my thought or my idea into the relevant place in Life Master. So it's like the brain, it's networked out. All my ideas, my knowledge, my past, present, future's there. Vision to life design for the future. It's all there. And the idea is once you've gone through the 6-part system and got everything out, you can keep getting it out and keep building things and building on things and building on things. It just frees your mind. It frees your mind to allow more in. And the more you free and the more you sort, the more that comes in. So it gets quite addictive, believe me, in a good way. So that's where we're at the Nonconformity Company. Life Master, I've been thinking it's all about time. I keep going on about time. I'm obsessed with time. 168 hours we all have. That's the one thing we all have in common on the planet. Nobody can get more time. Nobody. So what is the difference between people that are happy, people that are sad, people that are making money, and people that are poor, people that are successful and fulfilled, and people that aren't? It's how they spend their time and how they envision the future going and what they want, and then making the present moment spend the time accordingly on where they want to go. Because then you feel fulfilled, you're moving somewhere, you're making things happen, you're not moving backwards because you're not doing anything. So I'm really excited about Life Master. The courses seems to be really coming together. I've got a lot to say about it. I've got a lot for the advanced course as well. And I just love learning about this stuff. And I really enjoyed teaching about it because it's allowed me to really solidify a lot of the things and bring it all together. And like, how am I going to explain this to somebody in simple terms? How am I going to get it to work with the technology, bootstrapping what we're using? And yeah, just making it accessible for as many people as possible. It's just all free. I want to offer as much education and tools and everything for free, and then we'll just charge for certain things, circulate the money back to people. But yeah, I'm reading this other book. I've got a book in every room in the house, but not the toilet. I don't do the toilet reading. I never got that. How long do you need? How much are you going to read? So I've got a book in the shed, book in every room, book in lots of rooms. So you just pick them up. Like the sequence I did this morning, I'm feeling great. You can probably tell. I did the hour 11 5-minute activities at like 8 o'clock, and yeah, stretching, fitness. 5 minutes fitness is quite a lot when you're just going for it. You can get 10-30-second exercises in, and yeah, I was puffing, I was sweating. Then I did my muscle up training, sore from that. You like pull-ups but harder. I can't do one yet, but that's on my goals, to be able to do a muscle up soon, hopefully. I can do them with a band. But yeah, and then inversions, then reading. Just the 5 minutes reading this morning was great, because then I decided to use a 5 more minute slot on an exercise in that book. But yeah, this book, talking about time and how important it is. You can plan and get all your time sorted, but it's about how you spend your time in life. But it's also about how you mentally spend your time. Because right now, I am present. I am talking to you. I am in this video. I'm alive. There's no thought about the past. There's no thought about the future. I'm not regretting or attaching any emotions, negative emotions to the past or negative emotions to the future. Life Master is all about sorting the past and forgiving it, so you can be present and then attach positive emotions to the future. So I was going to read. Sanskrit, India's classical language, captures that unique attitude towards time in this ancient saying: yesterday is already a dream, and tomorrow but a vision. But today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. I like it. I like it. That's what it's all about. So it is, the mental mind is the most important. If you are chatting with somebody and you are not listening fully, you are thinking about something else, or you are thinking about the next thing to say, you're not living, you're not enjoying yourself. If you are doing an activity with a friend or your child or something else, and you're thinking about doing something else in the future or thinking about the past, you're not being present. So you're wasting the time being spent that you could be enjoying that time. And it's a double waste, because then you're putting yourself in a situation that's already happened or hasn't happened, and you've got no idea how it's going to happen. So think about that, how we mentally spend our time. Notice, try and observe your thoughts and where you're at throughout the day. And if you start drifting towards the past or drifting towards the future, check in and see what emotions attach with that, and then rise up and observe and go, well, that is my mind doing that. I am me. I am above my mind. I am me, and I have a mind and I have a body. So once you start to observe it, you can then start to change it and then manage it, and then start to put in programming what you want, rather than just being a slave to the mind. You start using the mind as your slave, and then the magic starts to unfold. Wow, 11 and a half minutes. Bon voyage.